Williamson is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupilis, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin van Lukener certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable.
So, and away we go for the first qualifying race of the 2022 season. Who will get the whole shot? It's Etienne Bax and Andre Chermak up the inside, but trying to go round the outside on the left-hand chair is Jake Brown and Paul Horton. They're up to 7th or so, but out in front it is Etienne Bax and Andre Chermak just ahead. That looks like Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard in 2nd place with the green and the pink bits flashing on the screen. It's the 30-minute I was going to say, there's not 30-minute there on the caption, but either way, into the trees we go now. The 127 of Andre Nuben and Simon Lenz, the German crew, unfortunately not getting underway there. So their race is run already, it would seem. Very unfortunate indeed for those guys. But here we come then, back towards us through the trees. There's Ian Copson, Andreas Lenner. They had a little bit of movement before the gate, but it doesn't seem to have hampered them this time. There is Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard. Brett Wilkinson coming back after quite a long time away from the GP Sidecarcross paddock. But Jake Brown and Paul Horton coming under pressure from Kurt Varick and Larry Kunas. They're almost side by side over these jumps, heading towards the woodland section now. They're almost side by side once again as they go over this big jump. Massive air from these guys as they head into the trees. There's Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard just ahead of Jake Brown and Paul Horton. Larry Kunas with his driver there, Kurt Varick, go to the inside. Oh, that's going to be so close as they come out of this corner. It looks as though that it's going to be Kurt Varick and Larry Kunas who take position then ahead of Jake Brown and Paul Horton. Either way, look at this. We've got a 9-wheeler, almost a 12-wheeler there with Tim Lefferink and Kostas Paleskas trying to join onto the back of this freight train. Jake Brown, Paul Horton seemingly slipping into the clutches of Stefan Weiss and Loic van der Putten. But Gert Gordiev, Kasper Stupilis, they're trying to make a move on the 4-1-8 crew side by side, and they make it stick. Gert Gordiev, Kasper Stupilis then up another position into 7th place. Jake Brown, Paul Horton through that difficult section of the circuit. Tim Lefferink, Kostas Paleskas, of course, Tim Lefferink's younger brother Sam Lefferink, who usually rides with Sam Veldman, I think is down to do some of the GPs this year, but unfortunately at the moment, young Sam Lefferink, we've got to write it down, it's Andreas Lenner. Andreas Lenner has fallen off of the back of Ian Cops's machine. Back to the format we had in 2019 and seasons prior to that. We have the qualifying races on the Saturday and the 2 races on the Sunday. But there we go then. High five and hugs all around for Etienne Bax and Andre Chermak. Good stuff from the 4-time world champion and the passenger who finished 3rd in the world last season. The gap between themselves and Julian Veldman and Glenn Janssens was 11.6 seconds in the end. But still fantastic running from those 2 crews. 3rd place, Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard come across the line to take 3rd in this qualifying session. Group B qualifying session underway. 20 minutes and 2 laps will be the duration of this race. And there we go, 5 seconds remaining. The revs rise, attention builds, and the gate will drop now. And away we go for the Group B qualifying session. Who will get the whole shot? Fantastic stuff there from the number 7 of Justin Kuban, Rodolphe Leriton. Up the inside as well, Marvin van Lukener and Robbie Bax, but they're on the outside for the right-hander there, but they've covered that already. Oh, we've got someone over the top already. It's the number 23 machine of Joachim Ryman and Martin Betschart. But luckily they're all okay, and we'll be looking to make up more ground. But at the moment, Justin Kuban and Rodolphe Lebreton. I know Dion Rietman will be absolutely delighted to see the number 7 of Justin Kuban and Rodolphe Lebreton out in front, leading the way ahead of Marvin van Lukener, but for such a short time because Marvin van Lukener and Robbie Bax have already made a move and will be putting the hammer down. The leading 2 have already significantly gapped the number 9 of Davy Sanders and Luc Rostang, but they have been overtaken already. It looked like Gert van Verven and Ben van den Bogart, the number 11 Sidecarcross crew, and indeed it is. The number 93, Marco Heinz and Rudy Betschart challenging Van Verven, Davy Sanders and Luc Rostang for that 4th place. And they've opened up the gap significantly more over the number 7 of Justin Kuban. But around the outside of Gert van Verven, you can't do that, surely. Marco Heinze and Rudy Betschart trying to get the power down. They've made it work. What a fantastic overtake from the number 93 of Marco Heinze and Rudy Betschart. Half a lap ago, they were nowhere, and all of a sudden, they're up into third place. Great stuff there from Marco Heinze and Rudy Betschart, the Swiss pairing. Can they do the same this time round on Justin Kuban and Rodolphe Lebreton? They're certainly trying it. They come out of that particular left-hander side by side with Gert van Verven and Ben van den Bogart, but carrying more corner speed. They've lost position once again. Gert van Verven and Ben van den Bogart fight back into third place. But Marco Heinze and Rudy Betschart, they will be looking to try and make that overtake work once again in just a half a lap's time. Side by side. Oh, challenge for second place. Oh, that's going to get tight. Whoa, Gert van Verven, Ben van den Bogart trying to make a move where there wasn't really much space. They're still side by side alongside Justin Kuban and Rodolphe Lebreton. Marvin van Luken and Robbie Bax, they're out in front. We shan't worry about them for the time being, but it is still Justin Kuban and Rodolphe Lebreton holding station in second place. But Gert van Verven and Ben van den Bogart, you can say anything about them, but you can't say they're not trying. Gert van Verven, Ben van den Bogart. It looks as though they're going to try it again. They're going to try it again, and they go up the inside. Marco Heinze, Rudy Betschart. Oh, they're tangled up. No, that's going to cost them so much time. Ben van den Bogart gives them a little bit of a kick, and that separates them. But wow, the big winner there really is Justin Kuban and Rodolphe Lebreton. They've been led off the hook somewhat. And look at them, they've got an advantage now of around 5 or 6 seconds over Marco Heinze and Rudy Betschart through this difficult section. So we now have 2 right-hand sidecars and a left-hand sidecar in that order. All very, very close to the edge of the circuit there. Gert van Verven, Ben van den Bogart around the outside. Marco Heinze and Rudy Betschart looking to make it stick up the inside. So Justin Kuban, Rodolphe Lebreton, so close there to losing their third place position. And look at this, we have some back markers who will come into play very shortly indeed. Gert van Verven, Ben van den Bogart, of course, home GP for those guys. They would love to stick it in second on the podium. Oh, we've got a problem for Heinze and Betschart. What's happened here? Marco Heinze and Rudy Betschart pull off to the outside of the circuit, and it looks as though something may have come loose towards the engine there, radiator. I'm not quite sure. Runner-up in the previous 2 championships, looking to get their championship kicked off in a good way. There we go. Pump in the air for Marvin van Luken and Robbie Bax. They know they've done it. They take the checkered flag and take victory in the Group B qualifying session. There is Justin Kuban and Rodolphe Lebreton. What a fantastic battle they had with Van Verven, Van den Bogart, as well as Marco Heinze, Rudy Betschart. There we have it then, the recap of both the Group A and the Group B qualifying races from yesterday. It was Etienne Bax and Andre Chermak who will be qualified fastest in the A group. Then it's Van Luken up back with Veldman, Janssen, Van Verven, Wilkinson, Kuban, Varick, Sanders, Brown and Thomas van der Lagema and Rob Devane in 10th. Gordiev, Kinge, Vyers, Foden, Lefferink, Mulders, Prunier, Ryman next in 18th. Then it's Ian Cobbs, Andreas Lenher and Fabian Hoffman, Marius Strauss in 20th. Adrian Peter, Sam Veldman, Michael Hodges, Sven Visselink with Marco Heinze, Rudy Betschart, the fastest of the last chance qualifiers. Stuart Brown, Ben Weiss, Tanel Riesner, Wilfried Voss and Andre Newman. Well, the atmosphere is starting to build up here for the first round of the 2022 season. My name is Bradley Hickson. Joining me alongside in commentary here for the races today is, as yesterday, Dion Rietman.
Good afternoon.
You feeling better? Feeling more relaxed than yesterday?
Behind the mic, you mean, or
yeah.
It's the big nerves are off, so I think I just enjoy the racing, and we will be alright.
We will be fine. Yeah. We will be fine. But yesterday, your team as well, with Justin Kuban and Rodolphe Lebreton, who was standing in for yourself because obviously you were injured. They had a good day, didn't they? Yeah,
for sure. Didn't really seem to struggle to get to know each other really well. So yeah, it looked good from the start, and also took the whole shot in the qualifying race. So that was very good. And finishing in third after a nice battle with Van Werven and Heinze. So that was good to see, and I think they're ready for ready for today.
Well, we can't wait to see it. There we just saw Etienne Bax and Marvin van Leeuwen as well, putting their heart up for the camera, and he is loving life, I'm sure. Fastest of the qualifiers in the Group B session was Marvin van Leeuwen. But Etienne Bax and Andre Chermak, of course, fastest of the A qualifiers, and reigning champion is Etienne Bax with new passenger for this season, Andre Chermak, who finished third in the season last year with his driver at the time, Julian Veldman, who has since got Glenn Janssens as passenger for this season. So would you say, Dion, that this is really starting to look as though this could be the best season yet?
For who in particular?
As a whole, in general, is looking really good.
The top is tight with each other, and racing seems to go faster and faster every year. So yeah, for sure, will be an exciting season.
We do hope so. There is Etienne Bax and Andre Chermak, Marvin van Leeuwen and Robbie Bax, the Belgian and the Dutchman there. Number 2, of course, second in the world previous season. Julian Veldman, Glenn Janssens on their WSP framed Mega machine. Gert van Verven, Ben van den Bogart, number 11 crew. Home GP for those two guys. Brett Wilkinson and Joe Miller did such a good job in the qualifying session yesterday. And they will be the first of the left-hand side cars towards the left-hand side of the gate. There's Justin Kuban and Rodolphe Lebreton. Kurt Varrick and Larry Kunas. 9 times an Estonian champion is Kurt Varrick. Larry Kunas twice a Estonian national champion. Davy Sanders and Luc Rostang, the Belgian and the French, on the number 9 machine. There's Jake Brown and Paul Horton. Showed good promise towards the end of 2019, did Jake Brown. Didn't all go his way in 2021, but looking to rekindle that 2019 waves. Tom van der Lagemat, Rob Devane on the number 99. There is Gert Gordiev and Kasper Stupelis on the 151. Of course, Kasper Stupelis, 4 times world champion, the first of which came in 2003 with Daniel Willemsen. George Kinge and Dan Phelps on the number 177 British crew. There is Stefan Vyers and Loic van der Putten. Thumbs up from Stefan. It is always good to see. There's the 92, another British crew of Dan Foden and Nathan Cooper. Tim Leffering and Kostas Paleskas on the far right-hand side of the gates here. Now it seems to me, Dion, that the left-hand side of the gate seems to be the best option.
Yeah, for sure. Inside of the gate is the quickest way to the corner, because when you're all the way outside and everybody pushes you wide, you have to go all the way to the outside, and you have so much cruise on the inside. It's even better to qualify 16th, so you can put the bike on the inside of the gate, but on the second row. But yeah, for me, in 2019 we are also, I think, 16th or 17th, and we come out of the gate after the first turn in third. So yeah, it's a lot better to be inside than outside, for sure.
Absolutely. So Etienne Bax and Andre Chermak will be looking to use that to their advantage, as they're on the far left-hand side of the gate. Tim Leffering, Kostas Paleskas seemingly have the most work to do there. And as you quite rightly say, we'll have 2 rows of sidecar cross machines. Very, very full grid indeed. Oh, in just a short moment, we will have the green flag, then the 15-second board will go up. Then the 5 seconds, the revs will rise and the gates will drop for the first race of the 2022 FIM World Sidecar Cross Championship. Looks as though that everybody is all in place now. What's going through your mind at this moment when you're up there on circuit?
Heartache.
Yeah.
Absolute heartache, yeah. My shoulder hurts, but my heart hurts even more. Yeah, it's shit to see everybody line up and you're not there, so...
Yeah, you'll come back strong, I'm sure.
Let's hope.
But either way, fingers crossed for your man Justin Kuban and Rodolphe Lebreton then, as they go from towards the middle of the gate, it would seem, on the number 7 outfit. There we go then, 15 seconds to go before this race gets under the way. Everybody making some final stretches and adjustments to their machines. The front end will be locked down. Everybody puts their weight towards the front of the machine, and we anticipate the start of the first race of the 2022 World Sidecarcross Championship, heading towards the first corner. Who will get the whole shot? Etienne Bax and Andre Chermak. Looks like they have the inside line, but Marvin Van Luken and Robbie Bax trying to overcome then Kurt Barrick and Larry Kunas up into third place on the number 5. I believe it is Julian Veltman and Glenn Janssens up next. A little bit congested there. That's Thomas van der Lagma and Rob Devane with Stuart Brown and Josh Chamberlain with Marco Hines and Rudy Betchar all getting caught up there on the inside. That is not the way you want to start your race, but out in front is the reigning world champion Etienne Bax and Andre Chermak. Marvin Van Luken are up next ahead of Kurt Barrick and Larry Kunas. And then in 4th place is Julian Veldman, and new passenger for this season, as we mentioned, Glenn Janssens. Gert van Verven and Ben van den Bogart in 5th place, challenging Julian Veldman and Glenn Janssens already. They're almost side by side, but not enough room to make an overtake this time around. Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard are there in 6th place, just ahead of Stefan Weiss and Loet van der Putten in 7th. That's a good start there from Stefan and Loet.
Yeah, very good start, all the way from the outside. Yeah, all the way from the party tent, I want to say. Very good to be in 7th for them.
It certainly is.
Sure. Good starter, Stefan.
But they're just in picture, looking towards the inside of Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard, who did so well in the qualifying races yesterday. It looks as though they're dropping our 8th place crew there. Didn't quite see who that was, but over the big tabletop jump into the split line right-hander before we make our way out of the trees in just a moment's time. But like you say, fantastic start there from Stefan Weiss and Loet van der Putten from the left-hand side of the gate. I didn't quite see where Tim Lefferink and Kostas Paleskas ended up, but we will soon see at the end of the first lap when they come across the finish line. And of course, the duration of this race at 30 minutes plus the 2 laps. There is Gert van Verven and Ben van den Bogart in 5th place, just ahead of Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard. Into this very fast left-hander. You can see the banking and the berm there on the outside. Joe Millard having a long look over his right shoulder.
Wonder what happened there. Probably something. Probably some contact.
There was certainly something that